What's up, everybody? My name's Anthony. I'm about to bring you into the Ink and I. Coming in the Ink Lab, baby. Alright, welcome to the Ink Lab. What we have here is a bunch of fine machinery. This is my baby right here, my automatic. Can crank out about 300-400 shirts an hour depending on what I'm printing. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you good. And you got this auto from...
Oh, TechSource all day, baby.
There
Shout
you
out to TechSource.
What's the name of the actual...
So this is actually, it's called a workhorse. It's the Freedom Express, one of the smaller versions of the automatic press. Most people usually get this when you develop a volume of work. But it's my baby, man. It's precious, and it makes me a lot of money.
Then we got the manual right over there.
Got the manual. Sorry, TechSource, but shout out to Ryan Nett for the Riley Hopkins series. I mean, they also make good press too. You know what I'm saying? This is my original moneymaker.
Okay.
Put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears behind this, and many a long nights, long trips. But I enjoy it, and it's my pride and joy. It's my baby.
Yeah.
It's my baby.
Tell me about that flash over there.
Yeah,
that machine.
As most people who've been in a print shop before, you know about the original flash unit, which looks like this. This is more your standard original flash that sits over your palette and cures your underbase. That's the older version. This is more of a modern version for your automatic press. So this is a flashback. What this does is this allows me to dry my underbase, and I can lay another layer of ink on top of that. This heating element rolls out and cures the ink and comes back in, and the press here comes back and it lays another layer of ink underneath. And then I can flash and print on one head without losing any colors from my 6-color press.
Nice.
Pretty cool machinery here.
It's the first time I've ever seen it, so yeah. I'm sure it might be the same for a lot of people watching this video. So that's hype.
It's pretty dope, man. I like it.
There you go. All right, and we've got our dryer right here.
Yep. So my standard dryer, I think I'm probably like outgrowing this, but I'm still hanging in with it for a little while.
I know someone who had the little buddy too.
Yeah. And this is my little buddy. I need it. But I think I'm almost about outgrowing this, so this will probably be on Craigslist here pretty soon.
And then you got an older one back there too, right?
I do. So good catch. So this Vastech was actually my first tabletop dryer. As you see, I don't use it anymore. It's just taking up space. But this is my first tabletop dryer. This also got me through a lot of nights and long days. But I almost don't want to get rid of it. It's like sentiment.
Piece of history, bro.
Yeah. That's where we started.
Tell me about your exposure setup right here, because this is a little bit different than what I've seen before.
Very true. So this is an exposure unit.
DIY.
Yep, DIY. Which I use halogen lights. Most people use like UV fluorescent purple bulbs. This is something that me and my buddy Kendall, shout out to Kendall, Blunt's Graphic and Design in Savannah, Georgia. That's my boy. We built a version of this, and we use halogen lights. It was cheap, something you can just buy from Lowe's. And it exposed all of my images, and we haven't had a problem with it since. So
can you show me like how you would load like the screen in there and how it would work real quick?
Absolutely.
Like, you obviously don't have to do like the full.
Yeah. So obviously you have your mesh screen. After you coat it with emulsion, I usually put my glass film on top to make sure my separations don't like buckle under the light, because sometimes these lights get pretty hot. And what I would do is I would slide it in this way, and I would come over here and I would expose my...
Oh, wow, yeah, that is bright as shit.
I would expose my separations. Matter of fact, quick example.
Nice.
Yeah. So I would put this on my screen, face down, put it under here, burn the image into the screen, and then we end up with this fine product right here. Huh?
There you go. Fire. And then tell me about this. What's it called again?
What's that? Oh, all right.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Because every auto, I don't think a lot of people realize that if you want to auto press, you got to get something to power it up, right?
You do. So yes and no. So they do make a electric. I believe the company is called Anatol. I believe.
Sounds familiar.
But they do make a version to where you do not need a air compressor. You just plug it up and everything runs by electricity.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how much your electric bill is gonna be. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so this is a North Star 80-gallon air compressor that operates
This thing.
this thing. Each arm works by air, so you don't have to like manually move these. Everything works by
air pressure
and that and the screen right here. This is the controls.
So everything touch screen. That's crazy.
Yeah. So you can control your heads. It's 6 heads, 8 palettes. So I can print up to 6 colors on this. I can control the speed.
I was about to say you were adjusting the speed earlier on mine as well.
I can control the speed. I can control like the flooding of the screen.
The pressure, like we were talking about too.
I can control the pressure and how fast each palette indexes or move to the next arm.
A lot of moving parts.
Yeah, a lot of moving parts.
And then we got over here, we got all the inks, blank shirts, screens. What are these two like bins right here?
Yeah, so we run 2 dip tanks. One dip tank is for the chemicals to break down the screens.
Oh wow, it's full.
Yeah, so that's the pink emulsion that I coat my screens with.
Yeah.
So I submerge my screens in here and it breaks the chemicals down so I can have a nice clean screen again. And this dip tank is just pure water. So what we found out is that when we expose our image, you know how you have to take it outside and pressure wash it and get the image out. So what we do is when I burn my screens, I just submerge it in water and I'll leave it in there for about 5 minutes and it makes the image just fall right out. 'Cause sometimes when you pressure washing, like you beat it for a while, trying to expose the image, and that's kind of like a cheat sheet, cheat way of doing it. But that's something that we also experiment with, and it works.
I've never even seen. I know they existed, but I've never even seen them in person like that.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
And then this printer right here, that's where you print your transparency film.
Exactly. That's where I print my transparency films. That's a Canon. It prints 13 by 19, which that's what most print shops usually run.
This is the little office workstation.
Yeah,
get all the design.
Got my music. I always got to have my YouTube going and my sound bar.
And then this is where we keep all the inks, the spray out. And then and where do you get your inks as well? Mainly.
Sorry, Tech. Well, 90% from TechSource. I love you, TechSource, because the next day ship. I love you. But sometimes I gotta stray off and I go to Ryonet for certain ink colors. Yeah. But majority of the inks that I've been ordering has been coming from TechSource. So,
nice.
As well as palettes and squeegees and like my adhesive and Screenel.
Nice. All right, so we got one more thing.
Yeah.
You got to show me the washout booth. This is the most the most unique washout booth I've seen.
Come on.
Also, look at the boat right there.
Yeah. That's what I do in my free time. All right. So.
Very unique.
1-on-1. All right, so we got our pressure washer. You don't need much pressure. 1,700 PSI is more than enough. This is what I use to spray my images out. After I burn it, I submerge it in water. I bring it out here to pressure wash. And this is what a screen, well, I'll turn it this way. This is the design. So I bring it out, and when I pressure wash and spray out all of the image that I burn in the screen itself. This is for a school I got.
Nice.
So.
Little 3-color?
Yeah. So this is a 3-color. Good job, bro. So like, this right here is my underbase. So this is gonna be white. That's gonna be my underbase. This is gonna be golden yellow, and then my third color is gonna be a black that's gonna lay on top of everything, and hopefully it'll turn out to be a nice design.
There you go. And then tell me about the building too. Tell me how it all came together, because it was the building was also hand built, right?
Yeah.
By those hands.
Oh God. I'll tell you what, I won't build another one again. Me and one other guy, shout out to Mark. Me and him, we built this from scratch. After the expansion in Savannah, I got tired of traveling back and forth from Charleston. So I said, you know what, let me tap into my hometown, Charleston market a little bit. So I developed plans to get this going, and I built this within like 3-4 months. I built it so I wouldn't have to make that commute all the time, you know?
No, I mean, it's a unique spot. You got the crib in the back and the shop in the back too.
So it's 24 by 24, so about 575-ish square feet. As you see, when you start throwing equipment and stuff in there, it take up a lot of room. It's big when it's empty, but
And you're saying too, you used to have a pool table in there.
I used to. That
thing's gone.
But that's when I had free time. I don't have free time no more. So.
Work horse took over. He said, "Yeah, pool table ain't happening anymore."
Yeah, I gotta make money now. So, but
Awesome.
Yeah, man. This is what I built, man, and I'm proud of it. You know,
Should be, bro. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's one thing with business, man. Like starting from scratch and just seeing it all form and come together from the beginning, man. Like it's amazing, bro.
No, bro, you showed me the pictures of just seeing the empty backyard, the empty lot, and then now to see what the operation that you're running out of it now, it's like it's got to be so fulfilling and
Absolutely.
just feel great to know that you turned literally a little backyard into like a full-on business screen print shop, like solo, basically.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah.
It's just you running the whole thing in there, so that's crazy, bro. Props to you, man.
You probably see the Ink and I ad out here in a minute for some hiring.
There you go.
Getting tired.
So, welcome to the podcast part of the video. We are here. It's my man Anthony, the owner, operator, printer at the Ink and I. Veteran owned and operated screen print shop here in Charleston, South Carolina. Very excited to have got these 50 shirts printed with you, my man, and I'm excited to have this conversation, get to know more about you, get to know about like the story behind the place. So let's get right into it.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, man, it's exciting. I love meeting new people, especially supporting businesses, small businesses, and really trying to tell their stories so that people want to keep supporting small business, right? But so tell me how, like, you've never, bring me back. You don't know what screen printing is, right? What's the first thing that like got you into it, and how did that happen? Who was it that like piqued your interest? Was it like a video? Was it like someone you knew? How did it all start? I know you had mentioned you were wanting to start your own brand, so like, is that how it originally like started?
Yeah. So what it was is I used to be in the Army. I was on the way of transitioning out.
Thank you for your service, by the way.
Appreciate it. I was on the way transitioning out, and one of my best friends, still to this day, we went to school together, and he worked at a print shop. He was a graphic designer and printer. I wanted to when I got out, I wanted to start a clothing line, which is extremely hard in the beginning because you got to have a major following to even be successful in that line of work,
Is it still active? Are you still doing your brand?
It is not active.
Okay.
I probably can find a website for you, like, on the platform I designed it on. But
Okay.
No, it's not active. I gave that up. It was a dream.
The dream evolved. Though.
Yeah, right.
It evolved into this, right?
Yeah, it did.
What was the name of the brand?
It was called The Look of Man.
Okay.
The Look of Man. I honestly can't remember how I came up with that name, but it's something that just happened, and
You ran with it.
I ran with it. But yeah. So I would give him my ideas, and he would come up with the designs for me, and I'll say, "Oh, I like that," or "No, we need to tweak this or whatnot." And so he made the designs, and he also printed the shirts at the company that he was working for. And he was like, "Bro, you ever thought about printing shirts?" And I was like, "Nah, man, I don't know anything about it, But he was like, "Yo, that market is like, it's huge. Everyone wears a shirt. Someone had to print it."
Yeah.
And I was like, "All right." And he's like, "Yo, just think about it." So I was like, "Yo, make a list of whatever, like everything we need, and I'll see what I can do." So he kept, like, every other day, he just kept like, hey, yo, man, you thought about it yet? Thought about it yet? And I was like, all right, cool. I just gave in. And
When was this?
This was back in 2016.
Okay.
2015.
So about like seven years.
About 7 years. Yeah, 'cause, I'm going on 8 years right now. Yeah.
Nice.
7 years ago. And he lived down in Savannah, Georgia. Still does. And I was like, well, I don't know how to print, bro. So you're going to have to do all the printing. You know what I'm saying? I'll come down and learn.
Yeah.
So he made me a list. I ordered everything, shipped it down there. And, we formed a system of, he would do some like the front end stuff. I'd do some of the back end stuff. And we came up with a name, the Ink and I.
Okay, so that was the original name back then, too.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was the Ink and I. Shout out to him for designing it, too, man.
Yeah.
Boy, Kendall Blunt, man.
Nice, man.
That's my brother, man.
Yeah.
And, he's real good with graphic design, and I don't know how he came up with that, but that credit goes to him. But I ordered everything, shipped it down to him. I would come down like to Savannah like every weekend, and we'll print. He'll teach me like how to hold the squeegee, how to coat screens, like everything that I know now, like comes through him.
Yeah.
Through him and some YouTube.
Usually, I feel like when it comes to someone who is a screen printer that owns a shop, most of the time they have like one person that ends up kind of guiding them through the journey of like not knowing how to do anything to all of a sudden knowing how to do everything and then teaching other people. Like you have the ability to like teach other people how to do it now.
Yeah, and I've done so. I'm like, hey, like if you're interested in the business, bro, you can just come by and watch. I'll show you as much as I can. I'll teach you as much as I know, and 'cause I want other people to be successful too.
Yeah,
you can't make all the money.
No. I mean, there's enough food for everyone to eat, and that's what keeps the industry going. That's what inspires the next generation to want to do something like this, because like a lot of kids, like they're not like they're saying they want to be like YouTubers or stuff like that. Like they don't. It's like we were talking earlier. There's such a disconnect in like how like just shirts themselves like are printed, not even like how they're made or dyed or other things like that, but like just printed itself. There's such a disconnect of like image on shirt and it fully being made, and then like that's where I want to show like all these behind the scenes as much as possible to bridge that gap. Right. So that people can really respect this craft because it's art, you know what I mean? It takes time. You've been doing it for like 8 years now, you know what I mean? It's like what you know now versus when you started. Like it's got to be, crazy to just think about that sometimes, right?
Absolutely, brother.
So we're doing the Savannah Charleston thing that keeps evolving, and then now we're here. So like, how did that like kind of come to fruition?
So we got to the point where we wanted to expand. I'm like, well, if I'm living in Charleston, like, why not tap into the Charleston market? Mm-hmm. Like, majority of our business was all coming from Savannah. So we made preparations to like expand, and I was like, all right, well, I also don't feel like traveling anymore. I love you and all, but
that's expensive too. You're driving all the time.
Absolutely. So we just got into like planning, and I built this so I wouldn't have to commute, and I could tap into the Charleston market a little bit as well as Georgia. Trying to increase revenue.
And when was this building? When did you build this?
I had this now maybe 3 years now.
3 years.
Maybe 3 years.
Yeah. And then how long have you had the auto?
3-4 years. I had the auto maybe a year.
Okay. So still kind of fresh on it a little bit.
Maybe a year now. I think I'm just now learning how to work all the controls. Nah, it's all right.
So many like gadgets and different like things that
it looks intimidating, but it's not that bad.
Especially when you just have like a touch screen. It's like natural now, I guess, in this day and age to like work off something like that.
But like it's crazy, man, because when the tech came and he actually put this together for me, and like he was just showing me all the moving parts and gadgets and whatnot. Right before he left, he was like, "Yeah, just play with it. You can't really break it. Just play with it.
You can't really break it. Oh, that's
a big, expensive machine. Just play with, bro." Yeah. I mean, I've kind of worked my way around it, and I'm glad to have it, man. It's pretty gratifying to start off with a manual and just business and everything. It's just grown,
scaling it up.
Yeah, it's just been a blessing, man, to even make it this far.
How hard was it to know that you were ready? Because that's a point in a lot of print shops' life where it's the first auto they get, right? You know what I mean? That's like a defining moment in so many shops. So how did you know you were ready for that jump?
That's a good question. I kind of teeter-tottered back and forth about whether I should get it or not because it's an expensive expense.
Yeah. Upfront cost, it's a lot.
Absolutely. I guess I was getting the volume of work. All of my orders weren't necessarily bangers. They weren't people coming to me saying, "Hey, I need 1,000 shirts." It wasn't bangers, but majority of my orders were around 50 to 100 shirts.
Word.
Which I don't mind printing on the manual. I'm never too good for the manual. But
it'll always be a part of your
yeah, absolutely. But orders were starting to become steady. So I'm all right, well, I'm making enough to kind of afford this machine. Maybe it's time for me to step it up.
And when you say steady orders, is that because a lot of people talk about how returning clients are a huge thing?
Absolutely.
Is that steady orders from new people or from people that are consistently getting the same, or the same companies getting a lot of shirts on a schedule? Basically, they're hey, we need this many shirts printed each month or something like that.
Both.
Yeah.
Both. So I do have a lot of returning customers. Usually every month, every other month, they're "Hey, Aunt, I need X amount." So I have those. A lot of new customers as well.
Nice.
But the orders usually stay consistent between 50 to 100, 50 to 200.
Word.
So when you kind of get to that point,
what's your biggest order count?
My biggest order might have been for a family reunion. It was almost close to 700 shirts, maybe.
That's a big ass family.
Bro, I don't even know if I know 700 people. But,
700 family.
Yeah, they ordered 300 or 400. I think it was 3 different families
all together.
All combined,
okay.
So, which makes sense.
Yeah, that makes way more sense.
I don't even know 700 family members. But yeah, that might have been my biggest. But I'm still growing. I'm still kind of fresh.
Yeah,
I'm still growing.
Mm-hmm.
But having this
gives you the ability to do that without overstressing yourself and not sleeping.
A week.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I'm blessed to have it, man. Blessed to make it this far, and I enjoy the ride, man.
I always ask everyone this question too. If you have to pick one or the other, you can't have both. Are you staying with the manual or are you staying with the auto?
Ooh.
One's got to go.
Ooh. That's tough, bro.
That's the first love over there, right?
That's tough.
And then now you've started to spend a little time with this one. Now it's
because it's hard, bro. Once you get an auto, you don't really go back to a manual. I don't know, man. I'm gonna probably say the manual.
Okay, word. Because then you could just get a bigger manual too, or 2 of them. But then you need a second person to be printing them. You can't just be running 2 big ass manuals by yourself.
Yeah, if I had to pick, I'd probably stick on my manual, man.
Word. I like that.
It's original. It's authentic.
That was your first. That's the first love, man.
Absolutely.
And it's obviously you are hands on this, but to know that the shirts on the manual can't be printed literally without you doing the actual printing. Right. There's satisfaction that comes with that.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
this is a little bit more disconnected.
On this, the machine printed every shirt. On
Yeah.
that, like, I printed every shirt. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's definitely an attachment to any manual. And I'm sure any screen printer would probably say the same thing.
Yeah.
Bro.
With working with brands and small businesses and stuff, like, what are the things that you enjoy the most? Like you said, you enjoy having people come in and showing them, like, the behind the scenes, which I think is awesome. So, like, waking up, like, what is it that keeps you, going? Like, what is the driving force? You got, like, 700 shirts for this family reunion. You're like, all right, fuck, man. Like, what is it that keeps you being like, all right, like, not just on that order specifically, but just, like, the things within the industry, like meeting people who are other entrepreneurs and stuff like that. What keeps you, like, motivated to have a fresh, like, mind with it? Because it's been like 8 years, you know what I mean? Like, some people don't last a year,
Very true. I think just me seeing, like, that smile on my customer's face is probably like
number one.
Probably number one, man. Like, to know that I print it, they come and they pick it up and they're like, oh man, this is awesome. They can't wait to put it on or sell it or whatever they
from a thought in their mind, and then they physically see it in their hand, like, done too. Yeah, that's got to be super rewarding.
So it's gratifying. Yeah, it's rewarding. It's gratifying, and then, like, they coming back. You know what I'm saying? Like, you make them happy, they coming back
because they know that you produce something that's quality and that's worth them continuing to spend money with you.
Absolutely, bro. And,
that's huge.
That's probably number one in my world, man. And just keeping the customers happy, man. Like, what they say, like, like, the customer's always right, like, the customer service.
Yeah.
So I'm real big on customer service too, and it's kind of straying off the question.
No, that's fine.
But yeah, man, like, like, I have misprints and accidents sometimes, when I'm printing.
Who doesn't?
But like, I always, like, honor my customer, and, like, I honor, like, what I say. So if I make a mistake or I mess up on something, I'm like, yo, don't worry about it. Like, just give me a few more days, I'll reprint it free of charge, and, like, some customers feel bad. They're like, oh no, you did so much work. I'm like, nah, man, like, I gotta make sure you come back,
Yeah, quality assurance.
Absolutely.
You're making sure that it's worth their money, worth their time. Personally, because you seem like someone who invests in themselves, you know what I mean? Someone who's active and fit. What are things that you do on a daily basis, weekly basis, to be able to keep coming in here and have that motivation? So, like, outside of work, but, like, whether it's, like, working out or, like, meditation or, like, whatever it may be, fishing, like, what are the things that keep you fresh outside of work?
Definitely working out.
And I'm sure the military instilled some good routines in your life as well that may have, like, helped structure the way you kind of go about your day. I'm sure a little bit.
I just don't have to wake up as early. I can do it on my own time now.
Do you enjoy waking up early still? Is that
I do still wake up early.
Yeah,
man. I'm an early bird.
Take me through a day.
My day. All right. So a day like today. So I would get up and I would go. I cycle a lot and I run a lot.
What time are you waking up?
I usually get up around like 6:30, but I probably get to the gym around like 7:30.
Word.
Get a quick, like, 30-minute lift in. I'll cycle for like an hour in my spin class.
Nice.
Come home, shower. I need coffee. I have to have
see,
coffee.
There you go. Coffee. We need a coffee sponsorship.
Yeah,
tap in.
Yeah.
Whoever's out there,
That's right. So I get my coffee intake. Pop open the laptop and view some emails that I'd probably putting off for a day or two. Sorry, customers, if you haven't heard from me in a couple of days, but sometimes I do slack around. But,
it's a one-man show, man.
Yeah.
It's people got to realize that it's not just like 20 people up in here like some other shops. Some people can make it happen all by themselves.
Very true. Very true. Yeah, I'll answer some emails. I'm drinking some coffee, and I'm sorry. Rewind that. I'll come out in the shop and turn my dryers and everything on, get everything warmed up. Then I'll go back and drink my coffee and answer emails or whatnot. And
wake up the shop too.
Yeah, I gotta wake the shop up too. Like cut the compressor on and crank up the dryer and stuff. And,
There you go.
I'll go ahead and answer emails, do whatever artwork I need.
Nice.
Usually the day before or 2 days before, I usually come in the shop and just prep, like code all my screens and have everything ready.
Yep.
You need at least 1 or 2 days out the week just to do that alone.
Yeah.
Clean screens, recode them, reclaim them, and all that good stuff.
Yeah, because it's not like you can just throw away the screen. Unless it is a returning customer, you could keep it, and if they're getting it consistently. But it's like, once you're done with that screen, it's like it's got to be turned into another screen.
Job,
exactly.
Job. But like you said earlier, once we get those reoccurring customers, that's like, hey, they came last month and like, hey, I need 20 more, I need 30 more, whatever. Then I can just pull them out, line them up, and
makes sense just to keep it.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what they pay a setup fee for, is to do that.
Nice.
But I'll come in and I'll I usually set a goal. I'm like, all right, well, I want to knock these 3 orders out today. So I usually do that and try and get them done, not fast, but also accurate. Mm-hmm. So I don't have to reprint them again. Mm-hmm. So I knock those out and hopefully I finish up a little early and I reward myself with a cool one.
Nice. Then you talked about a little bit. You play a little Call of Duty as well. A little
Call of Duty, man.
Is that the only game you play, or is it you play a couple other ones, or what?
A couple other ones. I've been on I don't know if you heard of The Last of Us.
Yeah, bro. I've been watching. Did you watch the show?
I watched one episode. I fell asleep.
Bro,
man,
if you like the game, it's literally like, because I didn't even. Until I watched it, I heard that it was based off of a game, which that doesn't happen often.
The game is fire.
Is it?
Yeah,
so
fire.
There's certain shots in the show that apparently are like look exactly like from the game.
Absolutely. The way so I saw episode 1 of The Last of Us.
Yeah.
And, like the way that came in is like the same way like the video game started.
That's crazy.
It's pretty. The connection that they built is pretty awesome.
You gotta watch that, bro. Come on.
I will. It's on the to-do list.
Then we got the boat out there too, which we showed earlier, right?
I do have a boat.
Yeah.
My dad and I, we went half on it. He likes to fish probably more than I do.
I'm assuming who got you into it?
Yeah, absolutely. So we fish from time to time. Whenever I have a little time, I usually, I guess I could say it, yeah. But that's probably why I don't answer my emails. So I like to take Mondays off. Like I think Mondays is a great day to have off. So I usually take Mondays off to go fishing.
Long weekend.
Yeah.
Long weekend every week. Why not?
I usually work on the weekend.
Okay, cool.
Because
not a lot of shops do actually.
Yeah, because like my office hours or like the shop hours is usually Monday through Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Monday through Friday. And then Saturdays is usually like a catch-up day for me.
Mm-hmm.
I try not to work on Sundays if I can help it.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, if I can help it.
Well, you're your own boss, so you get to decide.
Very true. That's why.
That's
why I try to take Mondays off. So, if I work on
today's Monday, so.
Well, you came by. But I like to take Mondays off and like have that as like a fishing day or like a little me day.
Nice.
Like coming off the weekend.
Nice.
And then I get back in the groove on Tuesday and
there you go.
Carry out the week.
So you said running too.
I do run, yeah.
I'm a little bit of a runner myself as well.
Okay, all right.
So I'm sure you might be familiar with David Goggins. He is the reason why I got into running, because I hate it. And I agree with him that you should do things in life that you hate or dislike so that you can actually appreciate the things that you do like more, or the things that you're kind of taking for granted, right? So if you purposefully do something that you don't like, it really helps you realize what you actually do, what you are thankful for, right? So I ran a marathon right after I graduated college.
It's on my bucket list.
And well, bro, I'm not a runner. The most miles I had ever run before that was 3 miles, and I just got in good cardio shape. Stairmaster, that's me right there, bro. That's my machine for cardio. That's my go-to. I could walk upstairs forever, bro. Okay.
Is that right? I probably couldn't do that, bro.
When R.I.P. Kobe, after he passed away on August 24th, went in there, went up 824 floors one day. I went in at like 6 o'clock in the morning, knocked out like I don't even know how many. just soaking wet with sweat. Went home, laid on the couch, ate something, drank, went back, and knocked out however many hundred more stairs. But
the hat goes off to you. That's dedication, bro.
Well, so the marathon wasn't even the craziest thing I've done, because I did it and I wanted to do sub 4, but it was 4 hours 16 minutes, so it was close. Ran the first 16 miles. Everything started hurting like I've never experienced before.
About right.
Yeah. So then I'm walking, running, whatever. February 2021, because that was March 2020. It was right before COVID happens when I ran that marathon. I end up finding out about this challenge called the Calendar Club, which is where you run according to the day. So day 1, 1 mile. Day 2, 2 miles. And it's same with the marathon. You don't have to run people think you have to run every mile. Like, oh, not a lot, unless you're like a actual runner. Like, right. But you could walk and it's just about finishing the miles. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But the Calendar Club, I wanted to do I like the challenge, like doing the challenges like that, because this project itself is like a challenge for me, right? Mm-hmm. It's not so much a physical challenge, but so I did the Calendar Club, but I did it in February because it's the shortest month, 28 days. So it was 406 miles in 28 days. But the nice thing about that, bro, is that like my days were the same, bro. It was wake up, eat, run, sleep. That's it. It was like freeing to know that I was not doing literally anything else.
So on day 28, February 28th, you ran 28 miles.
Yeah, and I went to a track, high school track, and did it all right there. By myself. Wow. And that day, bro, I ran 14, and then I ran out of water, and I hopped in my car, run to the gas station real quick, grab like some goldfish and like a Gatorade, and run back and some candy.
That's crazy. That's and then crazy, but amazing. Like,
it's the power of the mind, bro. That's what Goggins talks about, man. Is that like you gotta harden your mind, and because it's a physical challenge, but your body can do more than what your mind tells you. Yeah. And I'm sure that being in the military, like I'm sure you built up a lot of mental toughness that can be applied later on in life when you're sitting here and you're like, man, I don't want to fucking print these t-shirts. You know what I mean? Like my arm's tired from pulling all this fucking.
There's some days like that. There's some days like that.
Pulling all this ink, But yeah, man, I want to continue to do like challenges like that, because I think it's just good to have like a something like that, man, where you can just put all your energy into like one. It makes me like stay in shape better too. Like, yeah. Makes you like actually, all right, I need to go to the gym so I don't fuck myself up during this race or whatever. Which I did like during the Calendar Club. My legs got fucked up, man. Like, but I was taking ice baths too, because I'm a big like ice bath and sauna person now too. Yeah. It's huge, bro, because like it was recovery for like my body, but then mentally it was like if I'm doing the ice bath like before I run too, it was like I already got the hardest thing out of the way today. Now all I got to do is just run 10 miles. You know what I mean? Right, so it was like doing something mentally tough as well. Obviously it's good physically for you too, but like doing something mentally tough during your day makes everything else feel less, hard basically. So, that's just something I've learned with like endurance running and stuff like that. But what's the most mile? You said you want to do a marathon. What's the most you've run before? You done a half?
I have not even done a half. I think the most I've ever ran was probably like 10 or 11 miles maybe. You
could run a marathon today right now.
I'm sure I could. So I run like fast and hard. So that's why I'm a big 5K guy. Okay. Let me see my last 5K. I think my last 5K I ran like, I don't know, like just like 20 minutes maybe. Okay. 20:08.
And that's like 3 something? How many miles is
like
that?
3.1.
Okay.
3.1-ish miles.
Yeah, so your splits are like...
You run like a sub 7, like a 6:30.
Yeah, something 6 and 7, yeah. Yeah, something like that's fast, bro. That's like, if you were to keep that pace in like a marathon, you'd be towards the top of the...
Ain't happening, bro. Ain't happening. That's wishful thinking. But I'll take that back. I take that back. If I train for it, I probably could. Yeah. But I don't know. It's just 5Ks. It's just always been my sweet spot.
Nice.
5 and 10Ks.
Nice.
but mostly 5Ks.
Nice. So the fishing, the video games here and there a little bit, the running, like is there anything else you kind of try and do like throughout your day to just make sure you don't get like burnt out? Like I know you said you like to do like the off days fully, like make sure that you spend like one day, because I think with a lot of entrepreneurs it's like it's hard to, like, you get freedom, right, being your own boss, but that also means more responsibility, and sometimes it could be hard to like shut off and really know when, okay, like that's enough, like I can actually take a break and then like get after it tomorrow, like, because then you get burnt out and then it's like then you lose the love of why you're doing it in the first place anyway. So
I struggle with that till this day, bro. Like, it's hard to turn it off, man, because like time is so valuable, like of the essence, bro. So like for me, the way I think is like, if I'm sitting down watching Netflix and I just finished a movie, like the way my mind works is like, do I sit here and watch another movie and like kill another hour and a half, or can I open up my laptop and get ahead for tomorrow? So it's hard to.
You're always playing. It's always like I'm trying to think of the word. It's always like a either or type. It's like you feel like I know the exact feeling, because it's like I know it, bro. It's like you feel guilty. You feel guilty and not like doing the work.
And like my mind is like, like, don't put off today what you want to do tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's go ahead and
get it done,
tackle it. But then that also like reverts back to like, all right, but you need some time to like decompress and like turn it off, man. So I still deal with it from time to time. That's why I try to like game and like like Netflix and chill, stuff like that. But I need more vacation. That's probably what I need more vacation.
Coming from like the military background, what do you think were some things that were instilled in you from doing that helped you succeed in building this? Like, I know you said routine, like you still wake up. Not everyone wakes up at like, some people wake up when they wake up, and usually that's not going to be the most successful type of person,
Absolutely. I don't know, man. Like, I probably just have to stick around just routine, bro. Like, just routine and just getting it up, like getting up and getting it done early to enjoy the rest of my day. I wouldn't really say too much of like discipline. I mean, I kind of felt like I was disciplined already a little bit. But shout out to mom and pops. But I don't know, man. Like, I don't want to fail, bro. Like, that's probably always in the back of my mind. I don't want to fail. No one does, But failure is a good teacher. Yeah. But like,
failure leads you to your next win quicker.
Absolutely. And you have to fail sometimes to get there. You know? Like, you have to
have the perspective. The other thing I always talk about with people too is a win doesn't feel like a win if you don't lose. Absolutely. If you're only winning, that's not a win. Absolutely, right? Because that doesn't exist. Absolutely. No one who is winning at life is only ever won, right? You take losses, and the losses make the wins feel even like sweeter, right?
Bro. Like I heard this the other day. Like, you don't like appreciate like the sun if it never rained, So like,
you gotta have you can't have the opposites have to exist in everything. Yeah, that's a big big thing that I'm always into, bro. Because man, there's some days when I'm out there selling shirts, bro. Out there for like 8 hours, right? And I sell 8 in those 8 hours, but the first 5 hours I sold 1, right? And it's like, you have to have that mindset to just be like, all right, it's the next like, because I get told no more than I get told yes, but all I have to do is get 50 yeses, right? But it may take 2,000 no's for me to get those 50 yeses, right? But like, you can't have the 50 yeses without the no's, right? So
that's facts.
No, that's definitely cool to hear that, things that, you've learned earlier in life, you're able to still apply into the future and help build like a successful business and life too. Because it's not just about business. You know, it's about being happy. You know, and doing things that make you happy, which is this, bro. So it's cool to see people really, you know, start off with just like an idea of, I want to, you know, be selling T-shirts. I want to make my own brand, and then now it's turned into you're the person that's helping that former person that was you.
Right.
You know.
Right.
Like that's got to be so like rewarding, you know, to know.
Man. It is, bro. And like I said, I think the best part about all of this is like just the look on my customer's face, bro. Like, just knowing that like I made them happy, like what they wanted, I executed it, and like, you know, they can sell it, you know, give it away, whatever, push it, and then they come back like, yo, man, like I just got rid of these in like a week. Everybody loved them. Like I need some more, you know. So like, that's what you in the game for, you know. That's what you in the business for.
Do you have any pet peeves when it comes to like the industry itself, or like, you know, like we've talked a lot about how there's like a disconnect of like how people think shirts are printed, and like, so like, do you have any pet peeves of just like when people come at you and they're like, yo, I want this like 7-color shirt made tomorrow. Like,
where do I start? Question. Oh man,
you don't have to out anyone personally.
No, I never do that. No, they'll never know who they are. But it's so much work and science behind like you just going to Walmart and like grabbing a T-shirt, bro. It's so much more behind the scenes stuff. And I'm not mad, you know what I'm saying? Because most people don't know that. You know? They just know that they have a design and they want to see it on the shirt, and I'm the guy that they want to go to make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
But it's so much like, I guess it would be like, I won't say redundant, but like repetitive. Like, all right, well, we can't do that. You know? Like, we can't. The
back and forth of like trying to explain something to someone in 5-10 different ways, and they just don't like understand. Yeah.
Well, I'm like, all right, there's too many colors. We gotta simplify it. Like, you know. But like I said, like they don't know. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm here for. I'm here to teach them and show them. And like, all right, you know, we can't do this, but we can do this. You know, we can try this. What about this? You know? And most customers. Like, I'm the professional when it comes to this, so most customers just kind of lean on me. They're like, oh, this is my design. Like, whatever you see fit or what you need, what you think needs to be done.
Yeah, whatever you think would work best.
Yeah, make it happen. So
that's nice. That's nice to know that the customers trust you enough to do that, too. Because some people are very, like, you know, they're measuring, like, shit on the shirt, making you know, it's like...
I had those, too. I had those, too. But, you know, I'm human, man. You know what I'm saying? Every screen printer can vouch for this. Like, every printer is not going to load a shirt on straight 100% of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Some things, some designs, or some artwork might be a little candid. It might be to the left a little bit. Like,
sometimes a little ink spot ends up, you know.
Sometimes you get a little ink on your hands and you got to spray it out. But
it's a part of the process. It's part of the science.
It's part of the science, man. But,
that's hype.
Yeah, but most customers, they rely on me, the professional, to take charge and make sure it's done right and it looks good, because you know they want to come back, you know. Yeah. So all
right, bro. Well, we'll start wrapping it up. Is there anything else you want to talk about or tell people about? You can definitely obviously like shout out like the business and tell people where to find you. But is there anything you want to let anyone know? Like what would you say to anyone who you know, is interested in becoming a screen printer, maybe getting their first manual press, maybe just for their own brand, maybe to start like their own shop like this? What would you, you know, any advice you would give to anyone who's looking to do that?
First off, man, it all starts with just a plan, bro. You gotta have a plan. Just have a plan and just take your time and like always be, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, always take pride in your work. That's like probably a number one thing of mine too. Like, I always take pride in my work. If you don't like it, the customer probably won't like it. You know what I'm saying? So always take pride in your work and what you do, and your customers will see that. They'll see it and they'll notice. They may not speak it, they may not say it directly to you, but
and that's what builds brand loyalty
absolutely.
And those returning customers.
Absolutely.
And it's on the front of my shirt. That's all the people need to do right there.
Yeah.
Invest in themselves, right?
Bro.
Mentally, physically, spiritually. just like you.
Yeah. What else would I tell anybody? Entrepreneurship is not easy. It's not easy, man. As you know, you go out and you might get 2,000 no's, but those 50 yes makes it all worth it.
Mm-hmm.
So like entrepreneurship is like no days off, man. I live by that motto. It's no days off.
Love that.
Like the sky's the limit as far as like how far you want to take it, how far you want to go, and it's all on you, man.
Yeah.
It's all on you.
That's hype. Tell people how they can support if they want to get T-shirts made. What's the process?
Absolutely. So of course the name of the company is The Ink and I. You can Google search it. Make sure you put spaces in between The Ink and I.
The website will be right up here the whole time in the video.
Sweet. All right. Cool. Go to The Ink and I. Google search it. Click on the link. You can send all of your. You can email me. Contact me through the website. You can't upload any artwork, but once I reply to you from
email,
the actual email, then you can send your artwork, quantity, sizes, all that good stuff.
Nice. And what all do you offer?
So of course, T-shirt printing. That comes with koozies. We can print on koozies. We got embroidery. We can do hats.
I see the sleeve palettes over here too.
Yeah, I got some sleeve palettes behind me. So we do some sleeve printing. Print on like sweatpants, like pants, and all type of stuff. So I mean, pretty much anything that's probably printable, we can probably do it.
Nice.
We probably do it.
There you go. So the ink and I.
The Ink and I.
And then on Instagram, it's
on the Instagram, it's Inks101. That's INKZ_101.
Word.
I don't know how I came up with that, but I don't know.
And then who knows? I might influence you enough to get on the TikTok too.
I might get a TikTok. I do not have a TikTok. No Snapchat. But
I don't have I have Snapchat, but not for business reasons.
Yeah, man.
And you're on Facebook too, though. It's Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah. You can look up The Ink and I on Facebook, and it'll pop up there. And also, if you go to the website at the very bottom, there's like
the links. Click.
The links there.
Yeah.
So I think there's a Facebook and Instagram link.
Word. Perfect, man.
Take you straight there.
Anthony, thank you, man. Do it like that. Yeah, there we go. Appreciate you. I really enjoyed speaking with you. Hopefully, you enjoyed it as well, and I'm excited for people to see this. Excited for people to hear about your story, your shop. It's definitely it's exciting, man. It's cool to see someone especially the shop, man. It's very unique, man. This shop, especially since you built it yourself. So it's very cool to see someone attack their dreams in a way where they can make it happen. Literally by themselves with their own hands, So that's awesome, man.
I did have a little bit of help.
Yeah, you had a little bit of help, but
I can't take all the credit, but
that's where we were talking earlier. Connections can be worth more than money, right? Because like knowing someone who has skills to help you build something like this versus like not knowing anyone and just like finding some random whatever, it may not have happened as smoothly as it did, and you may have not have been as hands on. You may have just had to pay more, whereas like you were literally a part of the building process. You were showing me all the pictures, like you doing the framing, the job, like everything.
I used to be in like big construction. I used to be a superintendent.
Nice.
One of our biggest hospitals down here, the USC Children's Hospital. I used to be a superintendent out there when they were building it.
Oh wow!
So so I know how to work my way around construction a little bit. But I couldn't have done this without my buddy Mark.
Shout out Mark.
Yeah, shout out to Mark. Hope you and your family good. But him and I, man, we put a lot of man hours in this, and it's I'm still blown away sometimes when I open the door. I'm like, damn, I did all of this. I nailed all these 2x4s together. But it's great, bro. I enjoy it. I enjoyed the ride, and just looking forward to the future years, man.
Yeah, I'm excited to see you keep growing, man. It's awesome.
Appreciate it, bro.
Thank you, bro.